yourself look or keep yourself raised up above that person that's in need. And if you're keeping yourself above that person that's in need, you can't help them. Close your mouth and keep moving. They don't need that kind of help. You don't need that kind of help. You don't need that type of person in your circle. So now, when we do this particular series, I tell people, okay, I want you to make a list. Look at the definition, think about each one of those characteristics, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar. Now take your friends, the people that you associate with, that you call your friends one way or another. Which one of those categories do they fall under? Because then that'll help you determine more about how much you share of yourself with them. Or it may tell you, it's really time for me to sever this relationship. But that'll give you a starting point. Because now, these three friends have these negative connotations that if they remain in your circle, will poison or prevent you from truly reaching the highest heights that God still has for you. Because even in your suffering, there's a treasure at the end. But you got to make it through each one in order to accomplish it. But you don't need dead weight, and that's what they are. You don't need that dead weight traveling along with you. So, let's look at truth. A lot of people talk about the book of Job. Nobody ever really says very much about Elihu. But I thought about it, and I looked at some characteristics, some things that I thought of. These are just my thoughts. Everyone has their own thoughts and their connotations of things. But I looked at Elihu. I said, oh, that's truth. He bringing you truth. So he holds you accountable, okay? Because sometimes some choices we make can put us in positions for things to happen. Doesn't mean that we deserve to have them happen, but those are some choices. And if we learn about those choices, then we cannot make those choices again, right? Okay. Okay, he doesn't sugarcoat the truth. Meaning, well, Debbie, I like that little outfit you got on. It's really kind of cute, but in the back of my mind, I'm going, she really should have worn something else besides that right there. So he's not going to sugarcoat anything. Debbie, that really is a very nice outfit. But I really like the one you wore the other week, and it was it really complimented your skin. Okay, don't have to be blatant in what you're telling someone, but you don't have to sugarcoat it just to make them feel good. Tell them the truth. You don't have to be so bluntly honest that nobody wants to talk to you, period. But you don't sugarcoat things just to make somebody feel good, because then you're doing them a disservice and yourself. Right? Okay. Eliphaz asks what makes you so special. And it's going to make you think. So what is it about you, or what is it about Janice that makes Janice think she shouldn't have ever gone through anything? Why should I be more special than God's son? He sure went through a whole heck of a lot, so what? I don't deserve to go through anything? What makes me that special? How can I question someone that has all this power, that knows more about me, knew me before I was even here, and I have the audacity to question his decisions? Should I be questioning decisions, or should I just say, well, what do you want me to learn out of this? Or how can I take this experience to not only benefit me, but perhaps benefit some more of your people? We could do that, because we're all supposed to be in this together. We're in this world here together, where no man is an island, as they say, and we're not. We all intermingle with each other. But when we have our preconceived prejudices, it prevents us from truly opening ourselves up to each other and to lessons that we can each teach each other. So if we can stop doing that, my personal belief is we could eliminate a lot of problems and troubles that we do have. Any thoughts on that thus far?
I always say and feel, and it is true, there is the will of God and there's the plan of God. beat on or mistreated, disrespected, or anything of that nature. That's not God's will.
Mhm.
But He can and use it as the plan that He predestined for our lives for that to happen, to help draw us closer to Him. And in doing so, when you do it with, I want to say with His plan and purpose, for your life, then you take that and you use it to go, like what you're doing now. You coming back and helping other women. I know, even though that was painful for you, you turn that pain into something positive to help other people.
Absolutely. But it takes the right person in your circle to help you get to that point. Eliphaz or Bildad or Zophar is not going to help you in that. Right. So that's why you got to really think about those people that are in your circle. Another thing, doesn't take size. And that's something that's hard to do at first. Because when you're a friend, you really want to truly, so I can be there. I never forget, I've told my son so many times, I'm always there for you. I would do anything in the world for you. But if you do wrong, you're going to do wrong, and you're going to pay the consequences. I'm not going to love you any less, but I will not support your wrong. If there's a cost that has to be paid for that wrong, then you're going to pay it. I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to be there for you. I'm just not going to condone it. Because I cringe sometimes when I hear mothers, and sometimes when I see on certain news stations, you hear some mothers, very few fathers, but you hear some mothers, that's not my child. My child wouldn't have done this. My child didn't do this. But then you find a child has a list this long of a record that he's done, so you got blinders on. Does that really help your child? Is it really helping you? My boys will tell you, well, they're not boys now, they're men, but they'll tell you in a heartbeat, even when it came to their marriages, I didn't interfere. But if they ask me a question, then I'm going to be honest and I'm going to answer. And my sons would tell their wives, now just because that's my mama, if I'm wrong, she's going to tell me I'm wrong, so I'm just letting you know that right now. So don't think just because you go into her and you think, well, it's not going to do any good because she's going to take my side, it don't work that way. And that's the truth. It does not work that way. How can you really help someone if you're only going to try to give them what they want? That's not giving them what they need. A need is more important than that want. Even God looks at it that way. He supplies all your needs, and if you are very honest and you're faithful to those things, He will then give you some, didn't say all, some of your wants. But you got to be deserving of it because you've got to put in the work. You've got to be able to do those things. But it still boils down to, if you have the wrong people in your circle, it can prevent you from getting where you need to get to. I think about my life and I go, I know what happened to me when I was 13. And I kept that a secret from my parents till I was 42 years old. Can you imagine? I can just think sometimes life could have been so much easier for me had I not kept that a secret. But I totally blamed myself. Yes, I had disobeyed my parents and gone where I was not supposed to go. But just because I disobeyed that does not mean I deserved what happened. But because I kept it to myself till I was 42 years old, every relationship between 13 and 42, people paid a price to be in my circle. Because I had a whole lot of hang-ups. I had a whole lot of issues. And I was not truly the total best mom I could have been at all times because that issue, what happened to me at 13, was not resolved. When you're at gang rape, you lose your virginity that way. Every other relationship is colored by that. And you keep that to yourself. You walk home. You get to the bathroom. promise you, there was a lot of problems there. But I had these type folks in my circle that I knew I couldn't share it with. And then, sometimes, you're your own worst enemy. And I was my very own worst enemy. So we have to really take a good look at the people that are in our circle and how their thoughts and actions can define us sometimes. And we have to break away from that. And finally, one of the things about Elijah, when you have a truth person in your circle, they don't allow you to wallow in self-pity. What good does that do? Because I know a few people that I've been calling on a lot lately. That's one of the things they like to do a lot. Some of them wallow in self-pity, and I won't let them. I just, okay, well, how about this? Why don't we give this a thought right here? But that just really doesn't work. All in all, what I'm doing is saying, okay, I understand there's a problem. If I can help, I will. But if I can't, I'm not going to allow you to wallow in self-pity, because that gets you nowhere. Am I right? Okay, so what I want to do right now, I have a little exercise for you. It's called You and Your Circle.